What up YouTube, my name is Happiness and welcome to my channel. So we're gonna react to Coachella, the festival to which the millenniums and the Gen Zs are willing to be broke for. So yes, it has passed. People are now back to reality after taking major loans just to go to a festivals. Can you imagine that? But if you are willing to donate a kidney for just going to a festival, then I don't know, man, if that's a good idea. But despite that, let us check out how people enjoyed themselves at this festival. Yes guys, let's check this out, and then in between we'll go and react. So let's look at these videos.
Come with me to day one Coachella. Here's me whipping through the desert. On the way, here's the Airbnb that we're staying at for the weekend. This is probably the best place I've ever stayed at in my entire life. Look at the interior, just insane. So I unpacked my bags and headed straight over to Coachella. Sun was shining, weather is sweet. Just look at the skies, man. Crazy vibes. All right, so I headed in and walked straight over to the big tent at the back. Chris Lorenzo was playing, so I caught some of his set. They also got this really cool hill section where you can just sit back and enjoy whoever's playing on that stage. I also managed to get an artist pass which lets you go backstage, and they have the craziest buffet. I was meant to be eating healthy, but I saw the food options and I thought, this is just gonna have to be an epic cheat day. All right, back to the festival. I was mainly interested in the DJs on day one. I caught a bit of Rawdon's set, which was insane. Probably one of the best sets this weekend, and finished the day watching the GOAT, Chris Dussy. Let's go.
I'm camping at Coachella for the very first time, and I wanted to bring a piece of my apartment out into the desert. I already set up the canopies, but let's set up the rest. Of course, we got to start with the tarp, and did I bring an entire rug out into the desert? Yes. I was really going for like classic vintage camping style.
Reading Fest finished yesterday. Let's go see what we can find. No way! We got a tenner! Solar-powered power bank. Brand new gas barbecue. Suitcase. Some retainers. Top Golf membership. $5. There's a lot of mess. Prada bag. Has it got anything in it though? That's the question. Barbecue, cooking pans, New Testament Psalms, another power bank, brand new ground sheet, messy, some carrots, a bunch of abandoned bags, a brand new Voyager camping chair. That is like gold dust in this festival. No way have I just found an iPhone. What the hell, mate? Of course, I'm not going to keep this. We're going to go hand this in to security because we've got to do the right thing. Hi guys, I've just found a phone on the floor.
Okay.
Where would I hand this in?
I can go
Camp
take that if you like me to.
All right, thank you. Doing the right thing. I haven't got anything apart from a tenner, of course, and the pound coins. Might get myself a Mackey's on the way home. Successful trip. Reading Fest 2024 signing out.
Okay, let's react to some of these comments to which some users wrote. So one user also says, I just don't understand how can they leave all that. Man, let the product go. And another says, how many bags did you find?
Bro, 60% of Coachella attendees finance their tickets to attend the festival. That's all according to Billboard. I thought that's where all the bougie babes pop out for their fit pics. Your fit was supposed to cost more than the actual festival. At least that's the way that y'all were making it seem in these videos. You seen girls popping out like fairies, cowboy hats. It looked like a GTA server. Everybody was walking around there like a custom created character. Y'all over here camping, dancing. You mean to tell me y'all were in debt in the process of this? Listen, I understand these festivals be OD sometimes, but when I hear Coachella, I think money. Your favorite influencers are popping out taking pictures. It's the place to be. Or at least I thought. This is the definition of going broke trying to keep up, because if you're financing it, it means that you didn't have it in the first place. This is how you know everything that you see on social media is a lie. If that's the case, was the festival even fun, or did you make it look like you were having fun? I was seeing videos that people were saying that it took like 10 hours to go from outside to outside. Is it even worth the money?
How much do you think you spent at Coachella?
So far, I've probably spent like
Almost 800.
Do you think the next person I ask spent more or less than you?
Probably say like more.
How much do you think you spent at Coachella?
Including my ticket?
Yeah.
I want to say 1,000, maybe more.
1,000, maybe more. And then do you think the next person I asked, do you think they would have spent more or less than you?
More.
More. How much total so far do you think you spent at Coachella?
Maybe like 1,200.
And then do you think the person I'm going to interview next would have spent more or less than you?
More.
How much in total have you spent so far at Coachella?
Oh, we've done a day in LA, maybe about 2,500 to 3,000.
What do you think you spent at Coachella?
Enough is the answer.
This is how much I got paid to attend Coachella this year. The year prior, I got paid $0.00. Let me break it down. I attended Coachella with 5 brands. I did not even know you could do that. 1 brand was for my ticket, my transportation, my accommodation. 3 brands were paid, and another one was for my clothing. All the deals were a little bit different. So for instance, I worked with Pandora and I did interviews for them. I know a lot of people get sensitive about this stuff, but I'd rather you be sensitive and knowledgeable than ignorant. I've been making content at this point for I think 6 or 7 months full time, in totality maybe like a year and a half. You don't have to be a beauty influencer, you don't have to be a lifestyle influencer. You can do whatever you want to do, but there is strategy.
Okay, going back to the part of the student loan, yes, it is quite sad to see that the generation nowadays, in order to enjoy themselves for a festival, they have to take out loans for a certain moment. Let's say like for a certain weekend, now I have to take out a monthly loan to which I have to pay off. And mind you that just to say that there are some who were paid just to appear at Coachella. Imagine you are an influencer, you get paid 25k, and then you regular Joe, you are taking out a loan of, let's make it roughly 1,000. But I think that all those persons, 60% of those people who are mentioned, that I believe that most of them, 60% of them, for that festival alone, most of them, they spent 1.5 USD minimum. All of them, just to have a good time. So imagine at 1.5 USD, a monthly payment of 200 USD per month for the rest of the year, for just one weekend. And then you have an influencer who gets paid 27,000 just to come there. So you have to remember that there's difference in that. So I think that people have just prioritize themselves on where they want to see themselves in life. Do you want to be the guy who just wants to go to a festival to get drunk, or you want to go to a festival to do business, you see, and to brand yourself? So yeah. One user also said 100,000 people and 100 porta potty. Another just said, just find a corner at this point. One other user says, I'm wearing diapers.
We are at one of the craziest after parties in the desert. We're at Senyara. I'm gonna give you guys an inside look of what it's like. Here it's like going through an airport TSA.
Yeah.
It's nuts. They're so strict. Love. You're welcome. I'm okay, but thank you so much. We're like walking on a beach. There's like a lake right here. We're on a beach. It's only midnight and there's barely anybody here. I know it gets crazy at night, but I'm kind of having fun just like exploring when there's nobody here. It's really nice. Not bad. There's literally giving out free tattoos. This is insane. Just watched Nelly and Marshmallow and Jelly Roll, so now I'm getting some Habit. We're grabbing a drink since we got our food. Good. Bye, Zanyara. Till next time.
You guys, I just had to leave Gaga set early, which I'm so upset about, but I promise it's for a good reason. I got invited to an after party. It's not just any after party, you'll see in a second. Goodbye, Coachella night 1. Yes, everyone's low-key already leaving now, so maybe I should have done this earlier, but let's find the exit where I can get picked up by an Uber. This is gonna be so expensive. Okay, it says ride shares over here. I have a feeling this is gonna be a long walk. And of course, I'm wearing my chunky ass boots doing this. Ow. I'm gonna try to run my way up to the front so I can get this over with. Excuse me, is this the ride share lot over here? Ride shares ahead. You guys, we're making progress. I'm sweating. Tell me why this woman was like, Pablo, and I literally thought it was like a follower until I realized she was talking to his 6-year-old son because she's selling hot dogs. He ran away with one of the hot dogs. I'm just like, you just really get humble. Chat, I fear I still have to walk all the way down there. Guys, I've been walking for 30 minutes. My feet are killing me. I'm about to show up to this thing with smelly armpits. It just gets there, chat. I've made it to the right shore. Oh my gosh, it's so dusty outside. These sprinkles almost got me, y'all. So there's actually no cars around the area, so this guy asked me if I need a ride. So now he's giving me a ride, and I gave him a Coke in favor.
Right here.
I gave him a Coke. He said 60, I said 55 with a cream Coke.
That's right.
That's right.
I got the cream Coke.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to the after party for Nylon magazine, which is so exciting. I'm like, wait, why am I going to this? My manager got me it. I'm excited. It's 1:14 in the morning though, so I'm like, what am I doing? You said it was $40, right? I'm just kidding.
One user says, love a good security at an event. Another says, sounds like security was better at the after party than the festival itself. Another user says, how did you get into the after party? Need to go next year. Yeah, and also when I check now, I see that like going back to also seeing that if you are an influencer, because nowadays TikTok, being a TikTok influencer, everybody wants to be a TikTok influencer. It is hard back in the days to be an Instagram influencer, but I see that nowadays that being a TikTok influencer is much of an easier thing. And if you're a TikTok influencer nowadays, you are treated like a VIP going to Coachella, because when I checked, if you look at the two influencers, that one of them has 200k and another has 400k subscribers on their TikTok alone. So you do see that if you are an influencer, you get all the benefits, going to the VIP, going to the after party. You get to see that when you go to these events, rather put yourself in being that, let me just go there to make money rather not to spend money, because it seems like the 1%, or let me just consider them as the 2 or 3%, are making more money from this rather than the rest of them, because these people are going to after parties, meeting celebs and all of that. So yes guys, I mean, these are the type of stuff that you have to decide on if you want to fall under the people who go and to these events to drink, and the people who go to these events and market themselves and to connect with people who can build them going forward. So yes guys, there you go. These festivals, you choose. You are on this side or you're on that side. You are on the money making side or the consumer consumption, drinking, get drunk, have a good time type of vibe. So yeah.
Yes, I took my Coachella wristbands out the trash. because the moment I posted that video, I got like 50 comments of people saying, oh my God, you throw them away. Yes, I mean, look, this is my first Coachella in 10 years. I don't know where my first Coachella wristband was from 10 years ago. I definitely did not save that. But someone in the comments had a really good idea of putting this in a picture frame from a picture from the festival. I don't know if they stick it in the frame and put the glass over it or if they glue it, but I'm gonna attempt to do that. I'll show you guys a video if I do. But yes, I took it out of my own trash, so don't give me shit in the comments for that. But if you guys have any other ideas of what you guys do with your old festival wristbands, please let me know in the comments, because now I kind of want to keep them, and I am keeping this. I do have my day trip wristband, and I did not save my EDC wristband from last year, but I will this year, I promise.
Okay, thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and yes, we learned so much today in terms of these type of events. You choose. You either be to make money when you go to these places, or you want to go there to get drunk and be a consumer and not benefit. But yes, guys, let's not take out loans for going to such events, because at the end of the day, you are the loser. You are the ones who are losing, and these influencers are the ones who are winning, and the ones who are benefiting the most from these types of events are who are the organizers, the artists, all of the people, but mostly the organizers are the ones who are taking a big pie, a big chunk from the rest of the consumers who are literally putting themselves in debt for just having fun for a weekend. I bet most of them, they're thinking at the moment like, what did I just do? I fall under the 60% statistic of the consumers that are in debt at the moment until the next Coachella next year, for me to put myself more in debt. But yeah, guys, these are the type of stuff that we have to think about. But yeah, thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and let's meet up to the next one. Peace out.